Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's TMK here, and today I'm gonna pretty much just give you guys all I got. So recently there's been a turn of events happening with EA Sports, the company as a whole, and some individual members of the company. A lot of things going downhill for EA Sports. They've been lacking on the content, they've been lacking on the gameplay, they've been lacking on keeping their terms of service or their own rules up to standards. And we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna explain it. I'm gonna tell you guys just everything I think, everything I feel like should be changed with this company. And this is my open letter to EA.
2, 3, 4.
Alright guys, my topic number 1, and I have a list here where I have everything that I want to speak about today written down. We're just gonna go over and just go right into it, man. Gameplay. How many of you guys can actually say that you enjoy the gameplay? I think for me and for a lot of other people that I speak to over on Twitch and just in general, friends in real life, gameplay isn't and never has been the strong suit for EA Sports. And I don't think that's one thing that they actually develop every year, as we see like different things always added to the game. Some even copy and paste it into the game for the next year. But gameplay is one of those things where it's not really upgraded. It's either it stays the same or it gets worse. I've never seen a game where the gameplay goes above and beyond and it gets better from year to year. It's always either it stays the same, it remains about the same, or it gets worse. Now, FIFA 20 was one of those games where like you just think and you're like, it's gonna be hard to get worse than this. And I mean, here we are, FIFA 21, all these things going on right now, and it's like, all right, FIFA 21, you're pushing it, you know. There's certain topics that I want to talk about today that are on the topic of gameplay. Number 1, momentum shift. I don't know how many times throughout the game that I've been playing in a game where I could be up 3-0, 2-0. But just for an example, say that I'm winning 2-0, 3-0, 20 minutes left, we're in minute 70, 75. My opponent scores 1 goal. Now what happens here is that whenever my opponent goes in and scores 1 goal to make the scoreboard 2-1, every one of my players all of a sudden start to feel like a rock. It's like they just forgot how to play. It's like they don't know what they're doing anymore. They can't complete a pass. They can't complete a cross. They can't even shoot the ball on target. All of a sudden, everybody on the field that's on my end feels like a rock, purposely making mistakes. Whereas the opponent, everything that I do wrong goes right for my opponent. And it's like contradicting on its own, that everything that happens to me as the player that's above on the scoreboard goes right to the player that's below on the scoreboard. I know EA have came out and said that this doesn't exist, but there's just no other way to explain it. There's no other way that you can be winning 3-0, 2-0, 4-0 even, and somehow after the opponent scores 1 goal, all your players feel like rocks. They can't complete a pass. They can't do anything right, but your opponent can get every single rebound, can score goals that you literally have no idea how they went in. It makes no sense, and that's something EA literally has claimed that it doesn't exist, but come on. Momentum shift exists. If you don't agree with me, please let me know down below why you don't think it exists and what your reasoning is to how that happens every single time you're up on the scoreboard. Number 2. Very, very big thing. Another thing that I firmly believe in. Kickoff goals and 45th, 90th, 105th, and 120th goals. For some reason, I feel like the balance where it levers between what minute they will score on has a higher chance of giving you a goal, or giving your opponent a goal for that matter, at minute 45, at minute 90, 105, or 120. Those are the highest chances for you to score a goal in the game without even deserving it. We'll put it that way. Because you could send a through ball and your opponent's defense will just step ahead and like let you go by, or vice versa if you're the one defending. And it's so blatantly obvious that around those time slots, the game wants you or wants your opponent to score. It's obvious. And to me, that needs to be fixed. That's horrible. That's horrible on EA's part. That over the course of, you know, the past 5-6 games that I've played FIFAs, that still exist. Now, kickoffs, that's another thing. When you score. Let's say you score a goal. You do your best to come back against this guy. You play your best, whatever. All of a sudden, you're back in the game. But no, wait. They get a kickoff glitch. They literally just somehow manage to get through all of your players with a simple dribble, not even passing the ball, just dribbling straight through all your players. Again, your players feel heavy. Your players feel like they aren't what they are. They feel like they just are being controlled by the AI individually. And that allows the opponent to just go through like it's nothing and get a kickoff goal. Another thing that shouldn't exist, but it does. And again, if you disagree, please tell me why and explain your reasoning why you think it doesn't exist. I think we're on number 3, AI blocks. AI blocks are the nightmare of nightmares. You could have the most beautiful play built up just to simply get it blocked by Team of the Year Van Dijk, Team of the Year Ramos, Varane. Those are the players that come to mind when you think AI blocks. Like, I think at some point this game needs to go to manual defending, or have a mode where it's manually defending or manually everything, so that those who just cannot play manually have their own mode to have AIs, right? But manual defending and manual AI blocks but AI blocks are just too much. Sometimes it's literally even ridiculous how much your opponents stay in the game due to AI blocks. And I think that's one thing that keeps a lot of the beginner players in games where there's like the advanced player that's way ahead of your level, and the beginner player somehow stays toe to toe with that opponent just because of that AI, just because of the AI blocks. And that's crazy to me. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be a thing. You should have the advantage to be at a higher level than somebody gameplay wise, and have that shown on the field without some AI keeping this beginner level player at the same level of this professional player per se. That's ridiculous. That's unacceptable. And last thing here, while we speak about gameplay, I want to know why EA Sports FIFA, when you play rivals, when you play online friendlies, when you play objective friendlies, when you play drafts, why does it feel like the gameplay is 10 times better when you play any of those modes, which are all online? Gameplay feels 10 times better than when you go into Foot Champions on the weekend. Because on the weekend, the connection is the same as when I play rivals. Nothing changes. It's just Foot Champions. So the game mode is the only thing that's different. But for some reason, the gameplay when you're in champs is way far below the gameplay that you experience when you play rivals, drafts, or online friendlies. I want to know why. And I want EA to firmly have a solid and 100% true reason as to why this is. Because there's no explanation. There's really no explanation as to why this happens, but it does. And I think all of us, if you've experienced this before, we all deserve some sort of answer. Move on to topic number 2, which is packs. Recently we've been seeing that EA has just been getting into a lot of trouble online with, you know, people discovering different things. Their employees have been caught doing different things. One of the things that we realize is that pack probability is not random. As much as they claim that it is random, we've discovered that it is not random. You don't just open a pack and have a random probability of packing this player or this player. It's not. We have discovered that EA Sports chooses singles out which account gets better pack probabilities than this account. So if they wanted to, they could give this account A, Neymar and an Mbappe in the same pack. But they could give this account, just because they chose not to give this account, they could give them an 82, 81 in the same pack, 100k pack, just as an example. And that's ridiculous. If FIFA points and coins and packs are going to work the way they do, I feel every single pack should be random. Make it fair for everybody, regardless of whether you put FIFA points in the game or coins in the game. It doesn't matter. Random for everybody. Everybody has the same amount of random chance. Not they get to choose which account, and I'm sure, and I can guarantee you that they choose the accounts that put more FIFA points into the game to give them the higher chances of packing a top player than the people that just grind the game out RTG style. That's ridiculous. We've also heard in the past week that situation with the employee that was selling moments cards, or not even moments cards, just moments, team of the years, whatever card they wanted to sell to a player, and got them on their account without bannable offense. That has been clear now. Apparently EA Sports has declared that those employees have been fired, replaced, and the people that did purchase those have been permanently banned. That shouldn't have happened in the first place. If it's gonna be like that, it should be like that publicly. It shouldn't be like that under some sort of black market. It shouldn't be hidden. If they want to do that, it should be done publicly, and it should be done to everybody at a rate where people who have grinded the game enough to have that, instead of throwing in FIFA points, can do that. That was just a disgraceful event that happened. It shouldn't have happened, and like I said, if it happened, it should have been done publicly. We'll move into the last and final topic on this letter that I have for EA. It's just content drop, man. Content drop plus team of the week. This has become the biggest joke of the game, I think, over anything. I think the biggest joke is team of the week, one, and content drops. I want to know what EA considers to be determining whether a player gets a team of the week or doesn't get a team of the week. Just last week when I'm filming this video, Ronaldo and Messi both 2 and 3 goals, deservingly so, of a team of the week card. While we got cards this week that literally scored 1 goal, no assist, 1 goal. Some have only got 1 assist, no goals. Like this, what they did this weekend for them to be in a team of the week is the bare minimum, compared to a guy who scored 3 goals in 1/2, or a Messi that scored 2 goals in a victory. Like, what is the determining point to give somebody team of the week and to not give somebody team of the week? It should be set in stone. It should be written. If a guy does this, they can be into the team of the week, and that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be they get to pick and leave people out of the team of the week that deserve the team of the week, because now the team of the week is a joke. When you play Foot Champs and you go into rewards, you get elite, you get elite 3, elite 2, elite 1, get red picks. You're gonna get the same red picks as a silver 1, bronze, or silver 1 player, and that's a joke. And even if you do grind it out and get a really good finish, you're looking at getting probably like an 87 highest card in the team of the week, because team of the week is now a joke, and the team of the weeks that do deserve to be in the team of the week are not in team of the week. Now, I think a way to bring the red picks back to life and bring something different to the table with your red picks and your Foot Champions rewards, cards that are just no longer obtainable, special cards that are no longer obtainable, put them in red picks. So you could have, like, 1 week you could have the team of the week in red picks, and you could also have, like, say a rule breaker Mbappe be in the red picks possibilities. The chances of us packing them are low, but you could still possibly achieve it. I think it's a good idea to put previous promos that are no longer achievable in game into the red picks, so that your red picks have some sort of actual value into whenever you come Thursday when you get your rewards. It means a little bit more than packing a random team of the week that you never wish for. Because what else does EA Sports get out of past promos that are no longer achievable in game? Like, that's a good way to be able to throw those back into the game, and also have people have different teams and not have the same teams that everybody is running right now. Another thing that I would just shortly recommend is the League SBCs. If you go through doing League SBCs, kind of like FIFA 20 they did at the end of the year, when you do a League SBC, I'd like to see the player rewards instead of packs, which is really good. It's good for people that want to craft packs, but some people want to do League SBCs and get a player in return, because that's a guaranteed something that you can get. It's not packs where it's a probability whether you get this or not. And going back to the issue before, your account could not be chosen to get high probability, so then you could just be screwed after doing all that work. So a guaranteed item at the end of a League SBC. Truly, I think this game is a mess. I'm gonna be honest. Gameplay, rewards, all the issues that have been happening the past week. I think this game has reached an all-time low. I think EA Sports as a company has reached an all-time low. I don't think they have much to defend for themselves. I think it's just proven over the course of the years how bad this game has been on a decline instead of an increase. We play this game as football fans because it's the only football game to play. We're not gonna sit here and compare EA Sports to PES. It's just not possible. It's the only game playable, the only game we have, and because it's living in a monopoly like that, that is why this game is just choosing to do what they want just because they get the money they want. And now it's no longer, you know, what the people say. So we could care less. We give them whatever. It's the only game they have. They know that. And so they've just stopped caring, and it's been obvious. I don't know, man. It's just, it is what it is. So if you guys agree with me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you do like this video and you want to say something about this game, put it in the comments. I'd like to read your ideas for this game, how we can make it better, how we can suggest things. Please leave it down below. If you agree with any of this, please make sure to get the thumbs up. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.